Hello, and welcome to my podcast. Whether you're walking to work, having a cup of coffee, or just seeking positive vibes, join me as I share timeless wisdom and practical tools to make your life better. Hello, my beautiful good people. Happy Wednesday, or whatever day you're listening to this. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I really appreciate you hanging out with me in my world of personal development, and I'm so honored to have you here. So welcome to today's episode, and let's dive in. Today I want us to talk about fear, and fear is defined as an intensely unpleasant emotion in response to perceiving or recognizing a danger or threat. What then causes fear, and why do we embrace it if we know that doesn't add value in our lives? For many of us, worrying or fear feels as natural as breathing. We worry about money, we worry about our children's future, we worry about our jobs, especially the security of our jobs. We worry about the homes we need to build to secure our future. We worry about our parents and siblings. We worry about everything in the world. And this just leaves us feeling bad. And it's a waste of our energy. Instead of it leaving us feeling good about ourselves. What I know is that worrying or feeling fear is something that we all do or we all experience. And that our reaction to our fears, should it not be to not acknowledge fear, but to process fear, to understand it, and to embrace the teachings that we get from fear. I know that fear is a habit. Yes, it's a habit. It's not a guarantee. And because it is a habit, that means that we can train ourselves not to worry. Fear can be destructive and get you to the point that you feel paralyzed, where you're unable to take action and you're just afraid of everything. If fear doesn't create useful actions, then why do we embrace it? I think it comes down to some core beliefs that we have around worry, and also the past experiences. I think we believe that when we worry, bad things won't happen. Because when you worry, you can be able to find a solution to stop the worry, and also find positive outcomes to stop the threat or the danger. And another thing that causes us to embrace fear is by believing that if I love you, then I must worry about you. Where when we create worry, it shows that I care. And the third thing why we embrace fear is because worry motivates us. The idea here being that if you aren't worried about something, you will not be productive, or you'll be unproductive and not do a thing. The actions we take out of fear typically produce more fear because our thoughts never changed. And a good example is when I began my journey on personal development, and I decided to work on me getting a job. I started to worry about getting a job, and I got a volunteer position recently where I'm still working. And then I started to worry, and I wondered, would I get a permanent job? And the worry trickled down another worry, and I started to feel that I could not get a permanent job in this organization that I was working for, I'm still currently working for. And I started to say, if only I could get a job where I'm paid and make money, then I wouldn't worry. And it has now hit me that my whole thoughts or my whole worry has nothing to do with the external circumstances or my external world. It is a state of being that I have practiced and lived. And I'm doing it for a reason at some level, because I think worry is protecting and supporting me. But here's the thing, fear is optional, because you can choose to take action and do things without worry. So how do we defeat fear? What do we do about it? How do we stop worrying? The first step is we need to decide to be people who no longer want to worry through their life. We need to be intentional and say that we no longer want to worry. We want to train ourselves out of worry. And when worrisome thoughts come through, we'll be like, nope, I'm not hanging on you today, or I'm not grabbing you today. I've got things to do. We need to decide that our space in our brains cannot accommodate worrisome thoughts. We need to do the work. We need to process and understand our worries. So the second step is to notice the thoughts in your head creating worry. Ask yourself, why are you worried? What are you scared of? Are you worried you're not going to make it in this life or not get your break? Are you worried you're not going to have enough money? to meet your needs? Are you worried you're not going to have a partner? And I just want you to realize that you're projecting into the future. And what I've come to learn is that you can also choose to project joy, health, and abundance into the future. And here is what I want to ask you. Which one feels better to project in this moment? You get to decide. Here is what I realized just now. What you feel in this moment is the important thing. So I can worry about not having a job, or I can choose to get into a place of determination, tenacity, and love for my career, and apply for jobs that I can add value and also that can add value in my life, and keep showing up as a coach, especially on this podcast, to impact people's lives. Can you see now that fear and worry is optional? And what good does it serve you to worry? I've also learned that it is going to require that you look at the associations that you have with fear or worry. Do you associate worry with love? Do you think worrying shows you care? Do you think worrying is protecting you from bad things happening to you, or just bad things happening? Or do you think that worrying motivates you? Because if you have these associations, you'll be tempted to hang on to worry. So here's the best news. Worry is a habit. If you've trained yourself into worry, and if this is a default that you run to, you can also train yourself into other emotions. What would you rather trade worry for? Maybe it's confidence, maybe it's abundance, maybe it's joy, maybe it's gratitude, maybe it's determination, and maybe it's love. Or maybe it's tenacity. And the best part about embracing these emotions is about how you feel every single day. And it's about understanding that fear can be our friend, because it teaches us where we've gone wrong and where we need to adjust our lives. So our takeaway that we have learned in today's episode, and that I want you to have, is that worry is optional. Fear is never useful, and you can trade it in for something that feels so much better, that will drive you and inspire you to take action from a very different state of feeling. Let's refuse to let fear or worry steal the joy out of today. And till next week episode, God bless, and sending you love and light your way. Cheers, my friends.